What if we called this this episode, Did the Olsen Twins Kill Bob Saget? I don't know. You think, actually it'd probably be good clickbait. Yeah. Do you really think the Olsen twins had anything to do with it? I don't know, man. The Olsen twins look like something happened, something horrible happened in their childhoods. They're just they're like, I don't even know. And just the fact that Bob Saget's family is like trying to cover it up. It's like, oh, nothing to see here. Never mind. He fell in his bed, and it smashed his brain to bits. And nothing to see here. Don't worry about it. Maybe it was one of his kids. I don't know. That guy had a lot of bad karma built up over years of who knows what. Right. But I certainly wouldn't put it past the Olsen twins. Hey everybody, welcome to BOOZHOO NANABOOZHOO, the podcast about Ojibwe language and culture. I am NANABOOZHOO, and over here, the lovely and the talented Natasha. Ikadon BOOZHOO, Weenie Mushane. Say hello, sweetheart. BOOZHOO, Gakita! Hello, everyone! And over here, the rock star cartoonist, Michael Lyons. Ikadon BOOZHOO, Niji. Say hello, brother. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the show. And today, we got a really special show planned for today. Do we? I don't know. What do we plan for today? Well, we could do the word of the day. Oh yeah, the word of the day. It's Abatuse. Abatuse. It's a halfway Wednesday. Abatuse, abatuse, abatuse. I got to say, I'm halfway to figuring out the Bob Saget mystery. Are you on the case? I'm on the case, sweetie. Who do you guys think murdered... Oh, crap. I think I can't say that word. Yeah, we got in trouble the other day. Yeah, we had a weird... What was it called? It wasn't a strike. It wasn't a community guideline strike. But we got a inappropriate content or something. Because I think we were talking about murder or suicide. And now I just said those words again. You're not supposed to say certain words or they get after you. And I forget what I was talking about. It might have been Bob Saget, actually. It was something controversial like that. And they gave us, I don't know what it was. But we only got like partial monetization. They slapped our wrist for something. You're not supposed to talk about... That's why sometimes on YouTube people will say ended themselves or deleted themselves. Because you can't say the S word. Which is going to hurt sales in Michael's comic book, Suicidal Skunk. Yeah, no kidding. It's not really a word that you can use. Anyway, Abatuse, halfway. We're halfway through the week, you guys. But you know who is all the way here, sweetie? Gwen Carly. Yeah, you got it. Bonjour, Gwen. Welcome to the show. Gold star for Gwen. Gold star for Gwen. And Zagame. Hey, bonjour, Zagame. How you doing? Silver star for Zagame. Zagame gets a silver star. Bonjour. And cousin Missy with a big old Mino Giga Jabe. Good morning, Missy. Hey, cuz. Bronze star for Missy. Bronze star for Missy. And Michael Scott Werner. Bonjour, Michael. How you doing? Mino Giga Jabe. Hey, Michael Scott Werner. How you doing, my girl? My girl. And I want to work as your YouTube censor person. We got to get Missy the, what do they call that? You can give somebody the permission or something to be a moderator. Actually, that is something you can do. You can moderate the chat. Missy always gets mad at people when trolls come around. We need to give her the that powers. I'll have to look into that. Anyway, Alpatuse, halfway. And what else is in the news today, sweetie? Did Jussie Smollett kill himself yet? Oh yeah, that's why we got in trouble. It was a Jussie Smollett episode. When we were making fun of Jussie Smollett being suicidal. which isn't our coolest moment, granted. I'll give you that, sweetie. Yeah, that's the funniest thing we ever said. But we got in trouble on YouTube for making light of such a serious subject. You know, don't make fun of suicide. Don't make fun of Juicy Smollett. Oh, and murder. Then we were making fun of what's his face? You know, on a set of Rust. Alec Baldwin? Yeah, Alec Baldwin. We gotta remember, don't make fun of suicide or murder. Or Bob Saget's also got the the P word. Yeah. Can't talk about that. Epstein Island. There's certain things. It isn't just words that are triggered on YouTube. And I'm just going to talk about this because I think this is going to have to be a throwaway episode. They might just get rid of this. I hope they don't just... We're not really that controversial, but I'm learning in a live stream that there is indeed algorithms that are Big Brother is watching. It's just like the old Bowie song. But there are certain things that make people touchy who are in charge of YouTube. Epstein Island, flat Earth, of course. But words having to do with Alec Baldwin and Juicy Smollett, transgender, anything. That's another one. This is what's been the death of comedy, really. What do you mean? Remember how, when we were kids and comedians could make fun of stuff and you'd watch late night TV shows and it'd be comedy and they'd have movies and things would be funny? Yeah. Well, since, I don't know, was it Trump that ruined comedy? The world got very touchy. You couldn't make fun of anything, We used to actually have racist humor. That was sort of allowed. You could make stereotypical jokes about different racial groups. You ever see how black people drive compared to white people? That'd be like a bit. Now you can't do that. Now you can't even laugh at millionaire murdering ex-Olympians like Bruce Jenner. And, you don't even have to write a joke. You just hold a picture up of Caitlyn Jenner and say, look what happened to Bruce Jenner. But that's not funny anymore. People get very touchy. I don't even know if people get touchy, but the YouTube censors make you think the world is all, hey, don't you make fun of our beloved Caitlyn Jenner. We love that murdering, because he did drive over somebody. I know. He never apologizes for that. He killed a lady. Yeah. Bruce Jenner killed a lady, you guys. But I think that's why he changed his name. You mean her name? No, I mean his name. You're going to get into trouble. I'm done. I'm not going to play around with the preferred pronouns anymore, you guys. I'm sick of it. It was always fake. And, okay, how about this? Let me go on record. I'm done playing the pronoun game because after I don't know how many years of us sort of dealing with this as a culture, I've never heard a transgender person ever express 1 ounce of appreciation of how the culture of society has been bent over backwards, confused our children, turned a blind eye to the immorality of all this, playing around with Oh, she identifies as Caitlin now. Oh, aren't I a good person saying she, her, when I mean that guy who is now pretending to be a woman? So, come and get me. Whoever can't handle me having an opinion on that. That's kind of funny. Say goodbye to the show. See you later, BOOZHOO crew. It's been fun stopping in. But, yeah. I was just kind of thinking about that the other day. I was like, yeah, preferred pronouns. I would prefer when you refer to me later on when I'm not here, I would prefer that you use the him, he, him pronouns. That's so rude of me to come up to a person and tell them how I prefer they refer to me later. It's okay. You want to say that your name is Caitlin now? Got it. I'll call you Caitlin because I'm talking to you. But a preferred pronoun is how they want you to refer to them when you tell your friends later they had this weird interaction with a mentally ill person. Hey, I met a trans guy today. I mean, it's, trans woman, sorry. But his name was Caitlin. It turns out he killed somebody, ran him over, got away with it. Didn't have to. I mean, he probably paid the family off, but yeah, he's going to be the governor of California. Yeah, he identifies as a woman and divorced his wife a couple of times. I think he's had a couple of wives. But, now I'm done. Okay. Just thought I'd let you know. All right. And Shelly Ham's here. Good morning, Shelly. What are your preferred pronouns? Don't care. I'll be using she, her. Mindy Moya. Good morning, my Gitchy AI. My elder. How do you know she's your elder? Well, Mindy Moya means old lady. Oh, that's right. How you doing? Grassroots Indians. Hoka hey, BOOZHOO Niji. Hey, BOOZHOO Grassroots. Yeah, this topic bothers me. I'm sorry. Grassroots identifies as grass roots. Yeah. Don't you all press him? I'm sorry. I mean, it. It identifies as grass roots. You have a right to identify as my lawn. I don't care what the haters say, Grassroots Indians. If you feel like in your heart you are my front lawn in the summer, the roots of that grass, then good on you. I will respect it. DCG 246, good morning from San Francisco. Well, good morning, Mino Giga Jabe. We got somebody all the way from San Francisco. Oh, cool. Mino Giga Jabe. Oh, that's cool. California. Wow. Yeah, speaking of California, or of transgenderism, I mean, who cares? I think Caitlyn Jenner should run for governor. They had Arnold Schwarzenegger, and I thought that was pretty funny at the time. And he's turned into kind of a creep. Well, he cheated on his wife. Yeah. Arnold Schwarzenegger's a adulterer. Got no morals. And then just a creep too, because Arnold Schwarzenegger not only cheated on his wife. What's her name? Skeletor? No, she just looks like a skeleton, silly. Yeah. Whatever that lady was. She was a Kennedy or something. Yeah, she was I forget her name. Anyway, marries a Kennedy. And then cheats on her with the maid. Maid gets pregnant, has the baby, starts bringing Arnold Schwarzenegger's son around the house. She's the maid. Hey, do you mind if I bring my baby? And he never says a thing. He's like, yeah, go ahead, bring your baby. When you're cleaning up the bathroom after my other kids and my wife, we're just going to pretend that your baby has nothing to do with me. And then finally the kid grows up. He's a spitting image of Arnold. And Arnold has to finally go, yeah, I'm a liar and a pervert. But I was going to give him a pass all these years until he came out with, oh, screw your freedoms. Get your vaccinations. I'll be back. I said, what? Shut up, Arnold. And your man boobs. What? Michael Scott Warner. Rachel Levine. Gotta look it up. Rachel Levine, yeah. I got a picture of Rachel Levine. Should I replace my picture of Cookie Monster with Rachel Levine, sweetie? Yeah, I think you better. I always forget his name. Her name. Okay. I'm not sure what Rachel Levine is. I mean, I know he's a man, but he's got a really important job. This picture is backwards. Here's Rachel Levine, an appointed like Surgeon General or but it's a dude who thinks he's a woman. And he's being sworn into office to serve the United States. Rachel Levine. Health expert. And this is what I thought was terrifying about Rachel Levine, sweetie. What's that? Notice that Rachel's won't swear on the Bible. Oh, look at that! Yeah. Usually a person swears on a Bible, but these demons, you know, that Bible would have burned his hand. No! Anyways, here's Rachel Levine. I forget what his real name is, but you know, he's a dude. But he's a transgender dude, so he gets special treatment. And all the while, they'll say, oh, you know, it's so tough to be, you know, transgender in America. America is such a backwards place. Oh, the puppet guy makes fun of me. When in reality, is it no, man. That guy never would have gotten that job in a million years, except for the fact that he's doing this. Because America is awesome. Totally accepting. You know? DCG, Rachel Levine is a good person, well qualified for the post. Oh, you think so? Even though he won't touch the Bible? You sure he's not a thing of Satan? I don't know. You might be right, actually. I don't know much about Rachel Levine. I don't even know what the post is, let alone if he's qualified. I'm an atheist. I would always tell the truth, but don't need a Bible to swear on. Oh, cool. Not cool, but I mean, it doesn't matter. But DCG is an atheist, sweetie. I respect an atheist who will at least make the, whoops. What are you doing? Clowning around with the teleporter. I'm trying to get rid of this picture of Rachel Levine. At least an atheist will take the plunge and say they don't believe. I don't like agnostic people. Yeah, agnostic people. Agnostics are like, I don't know one way or the other. I don't know if one can know if they believe in God. It's like, come on. Just make a stance. Take a stance. I don't believe in Santa Claus, all right? No, I can't prove that Santa Claus doesn't exist. You know. Well, you can't prove that Santa Claus doesn't exist. Therefore, I'm agnostic on whether or not Santa Claus exists. No. I'm an atheist when it comes to Santa Claus. I believe in God, but, you know, that's just my faith. I just have, you know, I can't prove it. An atheist at least is like, yeah, guess what? I don't know. I don't believe it. What a gentleman. Rachel Levine? What exactly are transgender folk? Transgender folk are people who believe their true identity is of the opposite sex. And we've been trying to accommodate these people. And they've even made the whole world confused of, okay, wait a sec, what's the difference between a man and a woman? Is there a difference? It's like, yeah, dummy. Forever, since the beginning of time, in all species, there's been two types, male and female. It's weird that we have to explain this again. It's a binary system. But now we're expected to believe in non-binary. No, I feel like a woman. You know, I feel like a woman. You make me feel like a natural woman, sweetie. Yeah. Yeah. Looking out on the morning rain. I respect folks' right to believe. Do you? But I expect other folks' right for me not to believe. Oh, there you go. Yeah, sure. I mean, that's what always comes up, though. It immediately turns into an identity political thing. Where do you stand? Do you respect a person's right to blah, blah, blah? It immediately turns into, where do you stand? Do you support the right? Like when it comes to transgenderism, you know, you're not really allowed to have just a knee-jerk, old-fashioned response of, oh, that guy is confused, you know. So they can alter the binary code. Is this possible? Alter the binary code? Don't know what the binary code is. What, like in a computer? Ones and zeros? Treat each other as an individual. Please don't prejudge a person just because they are transgendered. Okay. Can you notice like how just immediately touchy? This is why nobody wants to talk about it out loud. Because immediately everyone kind of gets on. And this is the death of comedy again. Because it becomes like this. I can almost feel DCG 246 wondering what I'm going to say next. Was he going to say something intolerant? Do you tolerate, men dominating in swimming categories on women's team? Hey, how dare you say that? How dare you? How dare you, Greta Thunberg? So he's just a cross-dresser. That's what we used to call it. But, nah. I'm hardly one to speak on it. You're a better representation of transgenderism than I am. You think I am? Yeah, because you were born male and you identify as a woman. Get out of here! What? Anyway, am I going to teach someone Ojibwe today or not? I don't think so. What are we going to talk about? Goyakwa Dizzy Win. Sabe. Sasquatch. Do you believe in Sasquatch? Do you respect other people's rights to believe in Bigfoot? Or do you think they're crazy? Yeah, does it go both ways? Rachel Levine. Do you respect my right to believe in Bigfoot? How about that? I identify as a person who believes in Bigfoot, sweetie. Okay. I mean, how could you fake this? There's no way. Proof. Oh, Bigfoot. This is the famous video that came out when I was a kid. Oh, here he walking backwards and forwards. A little color enhancement. Is that just a dude in a costume? No, no. He identifies as the missing link between ape man and Neanderthal. Sub-Bay. What do you think, sweetie? Honestly. Yeah. That's what my grandma used to always say. Oh, honestly. Guayakwa dizzy win. Honesty. In the 7 grandfather teachings. Well, there's bear. The 7 grandfather. Nijwaswi Mishomis Apitendagozi. Or Gikanu no win. Gikanu no win. The 7 grandfather teachings. Today we're going to discuss bear. The bear that represents courage. Makwa. Here, actually, maybe I should start with that. Makwa. Makwa represents Akwade Ewen, courage. And Makwa is also one of the 7 Dodeums in the Minnesota clan system. Or at least northern Minnesota. 7 Clan Casino. Doc and I were talking about this the other night. Yeah. But up here we say we got basically 7 clans. And but we also have 7 grandfather teachings. And these aren't the clans, these are the different value systems. What do I do with this, sweetie? Sabe represents honesty. Honesty is, so important. In a world of lies and deceit, the eagle represents love. Guayakwa dizzy win. Honesty is such a rhythm. That's a dude in a costume, says DCGWA. That dude, number 1, is a biological real woman. Trans women are real. And that dude, Mr. California, happens to be called Rachel Levine. All right? Don't come on my live stream and be trans intolerant. Sweetie, DCG 246 said that Rachel Levine is a dude in a costume. I think he was talking about Sabe. What? Oh, I'm sorry. yeah, it probably is a dude in a costume. But that doesn't mean Sabe isn't real. My theory is Sabe is totally real. Bigfoot's real. And the video that they allow out in the media and the movies and stuff is all fake. So that they can make people think it's a fake thing. And kind of like the only time they'll ever see an interview of somebody who saw Bigfoot, it'll be some, snaggle-toothed redneck from the Appalachian Mountains or something, barefoot. And, well, I was sitting there half drunk on moonshine, and out come from the woods a big old Bigfoot. I was like, And so there's like a disinformation campaign trying to make people think that Bigfoot's fake. But in the Ojibwe language and in our thing, they just talk about Sabe like he's another one of the animals. In the 7 grandfather teachings, the other 6 are just regular animals and birds and stuff, like the eagle and the turtle. And what else is there? The wolf and buffalo. And there's Bigfoot. And you go, why did the Ojibways choose Bigfoot to represent honesty? When in the modern age, there'll be so much lying around it. That's the irony of it, huh, sweetie? Yeah. He should represent the lion media. Exactly. Should represent, like, conspiracy theories. Because, and he's a close cousin to the Roswell, kind of the birth of the conspiracy theory. and, you know, science fiction and crash spaceships, the government hiding what they know. You know, John F. Kennedy, and then the moon landings, of course. But, honesty, what does he win? Honesty's tough. You got to be honest with yourself, too. You know, it's important to tell the truth as best you know it. Because there are some people who are honest. They speak what they believe is the truth, but they're believing a lie. Like, I wouldn't say everybody who teaches about the moon landing is a liar. They're being honest because they were trained and taught that, yeah, in 1968, they landed on the moon. Or they went to the moon for the first time. Yeah, 68, they landed on the moon for the first time. In 1974, they came back from the moon for the last time. Well, that's not true. But when a person, when they're teaching the kids this, the science teacher, he's being honest, he believes it. But he's just believing a lie. Sabe. And then this is the other thing, my other conspiracy theory I always bring up. A lot of people in northern Minnesota, they know about the Mesabe Iron Range. The Mesabe Iron Range. And then I think there's a trade school or whatever, a Votech called the Mesabe College or whatever. And Mesabe means giant. It's a giant iron range. But it's a real close to Sabe, Mesabe and Sabe. And it makes me wonder, was Sabe just a giant, a tribe of giants? Maybe they all died. Or maybe they're still out there. And then there was a time, I won't tell the story again, I've told it a couple times, where in 1 week I had 3 dreams about Sabe coming to me. And it felt like a spiritual dream. I didn't understand why I was having these dreams of Bigfoot. In each of the dreams, there was a certain level of, I was afraid of him, and he wasn't dangerous, but he was big. One, Sabe was so big that he picked me up, and he was like 30 feet tall. And I was afraid he would accidentally drop me, like I was a kid, in his arms. I wasn't afraid that this giant furry beast was picking me up. I was afraid because he was so tall. And then next night I had one where 3 Bigfoot visited me, and their faces kept changing. And I was feeding them little treats. Yeah. But they kept coming closer and closer. Kind of like, you ever go into a farm and there's cows there, and you realize, man, these things are huge. I don't want this thing just walking over me, or horses or whatever. Just a big animal was just kind of coming up too close to my face, and I kept on trying to distract them with like doggy treats or something, and I'd catch it in the air, but then they just keep coming closer and closer. And the one, maybe all 3 of their faces changed, I'm not sure, but at least one of them, his face would change from your classic Bigfoot face. Do I have a picture of Bigfoot here? Not this cute, but this Bigfoot. And then it turned into like a monkey face, and then a baby face, and then a Buddha. That's crazy. Yeah. And then the third one I don't remember anymore. But, so I went to a medicine man and told him my dreams, thinking he'd tell me, oh, this means you're a really cool guy or something. And there was much more to that, but I won't get into that story. What does he win? Honesty. Honesty. Such a lonely word. And there's Sabe, Sasquatch, Bigfoot. Bigfoot. Mungies a day actually would be a person with a big foot. Mungie. You know, big cheese a day. A great foot. Mungies a day generally is what, like a zid is a foot. Zid, foot. Mungies a day. Big foot. But what we really mean is Sasquatch. And it's the same kind of thing I was talking about the other day with near-death experiences. Unexplainable stuff like that. Where there are thousands of first-person anecdotal accounts all over the world from every walk of life. And they kind of, they keep a lid on it. And there's sort of a disinformation campaign to make people who, a couple generations ago, a person would have a near-death. This happened to my grandmother, in fact. My grandma on my mom's side had a near-death experience and went to a light, was floating and all that, came back, and didn't tell anybody for years. She was afraid people would call her crazy. This was a Bible-believing, well, she was a Catholic, so I don't know if she believed the Bible, but, God-fearing, Jesus-believing, grandma. Maybe she was younger than that by then. But anyway, and she didn't tell anybody because, oh, you're crazy. You think you went to heaven? Well, how crazy. It's like, really? Doesn't anyone believe anything? And some people, they see Bigfoot and they go, well, first thing I'm not going to do is tell anybody because they'll think I'm crazy. Even though I got nothing else in my life that would suggest I'm mentally ill. It's not like I put on a sailor suit and swore to my high school diploma to serve the U.S. government and wore a dress. You can either be an otherwise. This is what happened when I came out saying I didn't believe in the moon landing and then the flat earth. People thought I'd lost my mind. Oh, you must be crazy. You're not just dumb. You're not just so gullible, so just not thinking straight. You are crazy. Have you looked into it? Goyaku does he win? Honesty. Which then brings us to, of course, whoops. Makwa. Akwade Ewen. Makwa. The bear. The Makwa do Dam. The Bear Clan. They say the Bear Clan people should be the warriors, the Ogichida, and the policemen, the protectors. Because bears, they say, they patrol the perimeter of the Anishinaabe villages. And they also say the Bear Clan knows a lot about medicines. Because they know about berries. Yeah. People in the Bear Clan sometimes are medicine people. They're medicine men. They'll know about chaga tea. Yeah, take some of this bear root. Remember the first time I went on a sweat lodge ceremony? There was this guy talking about all the medicines he knew, and he had some bear root. And he would chew on it or something. It was a root of this plant they call bear root. I don't know. And he goes, if you shampoo with bear root, let it soak in water and pour it through your hair. It's really good. You'll never go bald. It's a cure for balding. And I'm looking at this guy, long, stringy gray hair, up to about, an inch over his ears, and then the top of his head. He looked like a gnome kind of, or a hobbit or a dwarf or something. He's almost completely bald on top. I'm like, what? He goes, yeah, I didn't do this when I was young. That's what I'm saying. You guys should do it. But, put this bear root in your hair so you don't do as I say, not as I do. You don't want to get bald? Put bear root on your skin. It's like a fat guy giving Oh, I didn't want to talk about this. Why? Because she might watch this. I had a friend who was an overweight trainer. What do you mean? She got a job and a couple of clients as she was training, like how to work out, lose weight and stuff. And, she worked out a lot and she started running marathons. And for a time, she was a woman who had lost a lot of weight. And then, for whatever reason, she gained it back. But she kept on being a trainer for a while. Until I went out to lunch with her once and she was like, yeah, I am kind of bummed out. I lost my last client. Client for what? It's like, are you a life coach? She goes, no, it's, trainer. And I looked at her and she's like, 275 pounds or something. Well, yeah. Nobody's going to pay money to a person who can't. You don't give money to a fat person to have them tell you how to become thin. But it's kind of an awkward moment. I hope she doesn't watch this show, because she's going to know exactly that I'm talking about her. How you doing? But I got to have the aqua dei win, the courage to speak the truth. Honesty and, the boy win, the truth. I'm sorry. If you can't just blame it on your gene. Oh, I got a thyroid problem. Never mind what I look like. Just listen to me and I will coach you on how to have a good body. Nah, I don't think it's going to work. Missy says, stop talking about me being overweight. Not you. You look great. Missy's been losing weight for a while now. Yeah. No, you keep doing what you're doing. This is somebody else who's much younger than us, by the way. But I don't know. You rock, Michael. Hey, Michael. You got a friend in San Francisco. Hey, thanks a lot. Hi, Wally Bear. I will try spelling better now that you're here. Wally Bear is kind of a spelling cop. Wally Bear, you behave. Come on, Wally Bear. BOOZHOO, Niji. Good old Wally Bear. That old Wally Bear, he's a true human being. Is he like John Dunbar? Yeah. Wally Bear walks the red road. For as famous as John Dunbar and them are, as hey, sweetie. What? Sagame just gave us $10. What? Really? Hey, miigwech, Sagame. $10 super chat. If you'd like to support the show, be like Sagame. Miigwech, Sagame. All right. Nice. But like I was saying, Dances with Wolves, for as popular as it is, it's actually sort of underrated. How so? Well, because the theme of Dances with Wolves all comes down to living the path of the true human being. That's what Dakota kept on. That was the transformation that John Dunbar went through when he became Dances with Wolves. Because that's what really happened. John Dunbar transformed, started walking the red road, and he got an Indian name, basically. Dances with Wolves. And it's not just here's some Dakota language, here's some beautiful scenery of South Dakota or whatever. But it really is like a truth drop about how in the modern age or whatever, when you're off the true path of the true human being, it's not just an Indian thing, but it's living a good way and walking the right road. I don't know. I should have started on this theme. Maybe tomorrow I'll talk about Dances with Wolves. Did you want to get up here? I could. Do we have another song for the folks? I think we got Heroes again. Oh, Heroes with Michael? Yeah. Here's a song. I'd like to dedicate this to DCG I'm dedicating a song I'm not on. You can do that. Here's a song by Michael and Natasha. For our new friend from San Francisco. You know, there's a San Francisco treat. They love rice. They love manomen. Do they really? Well, I think they eat white rice. No, they eat Spanish rice. What is the rice? It's a San Francisco treat. That's all I know. Is that Spanish rice? It might be. From Spain? Probably from Mexico. I don't know. We also eat rice up here. This is our cultural, if you were here today physically, I'd give you a bag of wild rice. Manuman. It's the Minnesota treat. And here's a song for all our new friends in California. This is Heroes. And up next, the lovely and talented Natasha. Miigwech bizandawiyeg. Thank you for listening.
I would be king, and you will be my queen, 'cause we're lovers, that is a fact. Yes, we're lovers, that is that. Though nothing would keep us together, we could beat them just for one day. We could be heroes forever and ever. What you say? And you can be mean. Nothing will help us. Maybe we're lying. Then you better not stay. I think you should go. It's better that way.
La 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 do do do.
I don't know, man. I think it needs some work.
We could be heroes just for one day. Rice-A-Roni. It's called Rice-A-Roni, sweetie. Oh, that's right. Rice-A-Roni is a San Francisco treat. The San Francisco treat. I went to San Francisco once. That's right. You were there for like a week. Yeah. I was all excited. I called my grandma from the hotel. Hey, Grandma, guess where I am? I'm in San Francisco. It was way back, speaking of Schwarzenegger, is when he became governor. I happened to go to California that weekend. And called up my grandma. I was like, hey, Grandma, guess where I'm calling from? And she had no idea, you know. She was like, what? Are you in LaPorte? No, I'm in California. I'm in San Francisco. Did you hear? The Terminator became the governor. And she was all like, what? Who? She was, Arnold Schwarzenegger. Remember that bodybuilder? And she was like, oh, from The Tonight Show? Yeah. You know, she had seen him on Johnny Carson or something. But, you know, she didn't know what the Terminator was. But she didn't know who Schwarzenegger was. And we were all like, yeah, I can't believe it. It's just like I thought. The thing about San Francisco is so much of TV uses San Francisco background. This California in general, I thought I had like a stereotypical idea of California, but then, you know, it was actually kind of accurate. I felt like I was driving around the set of, you know, Full House. What's a Full House song? You take the good, you take the bad, you take them all, and then you've had the facts of life. No, that's the facts of life, silly. Yeah. Everywhere you look. Yeah, that's right. Everywhere you go, everywhere you look, there's a cow do. Everywhere you look, here's a modern family with no mom. You know, as a woman, I'm sort of offended that they called Full House. Because it was really just 3 pedos and 2 girls and a set of twins. There was no mom in that story. And they were like, oh, no, it's fine. It's going to be great. Get these 3 weirdos raise the girls. They'll be fine. What's the worst that could happen without a mom? Well, Your Honor, Exhibit A, the Olsen twins. A couple of ghouls. Every one of those kids had like drug problems. In and out of treatment. I think one of the Olsen girls married like a 60-year-old billionaire vampire guy.
Really?
Yeah, she's a mess. As a person from San Francisco, were you sad when Bob Saget died? I'm sorry, was murdered. Hey. When Bob Saget accidentally got smashed multiple times in the head with a baseball bat from the Illuminati. Or slipped in the tub or something. Hit his head really hard on a pillow. Were you sad? Jacob Dylan? Is that a... Oh, Jacob Dylan is Bob Dylan's son. No, that Wally Bear, that was David Bowie. But it does kind of sound like a Wallflowers song. What do you think of that?
I think that's a great compliment. I kind of like the Wallflowers.
Do you really?
No, I like that one song they had.
Yeah, he was much better than his dad.
Yeah, that's the truth.
Bob Dylan's from up here. My dad actually tells a story of when he jammed one afternoon with some young kid called Bob Zimmerman. Robert Zimmerman. From somewhere on the Iron Range. But it's not far from where my dad grew up in Bena, Minnesota. About 25, 30 miles away is a town called Virginia, maybe? Hibbing? Anyway, there's a small town, northern Minnesota, where Bob Dylan's from. And my dad, back in the 60s, whatever, taught this kid who was like 15 years old or so how to strum and pick at the same time. Dum, 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 you know, whatever. And later on, that kid grew up to be Bob Dylan. The #1 worst singer of all time. But he sold his soul to the devil, so he got a lot of money and fame. La 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 la. Mama, take this badge from me. I can't use it anymore. No. Bob Dylan. You're asking me, will our love grow? What else is going on down here, sweetie? Oh, you know what? We didn't play, this is why I'm such a racist. I can't remember his name is Rodriguez or Gonzalez.
Jose Gonzalez?
Yeah.
Is it even Jose?
I don't know. We have another song. We'll close out this show with a second song. Anyways, I should go outside and say a little prayer before we end the show.
All right. Want me to teleport you somewhere?
Yeah, can you teleport me someplace? I don't know. A little warmer?
Hey, it's nice today. It's 47 degrees already.
Oh, it is? Okay. Well, in that case, how about to someplace really high up? I want to contemplate some deep issues. Can you just set me way up high?
Oh, I got a great idea.
Okay. I'm going to teleport someplace way up high.
All right. 1 to teleport.
Make it so, #1. Oh, I wonder where I'm going.
All right, hang on.
Okay. Okay. Sweetie, did you teleport me to the moon? Yeah, I thought you'd like it up there. Well, for crying out loud. When I said I wanted to come up high, I didn't mean this high up. Oh, brother. Well, give me a call when you want me to pick you up again. Okay. So here we are on the moon, the Dybbuk Jesus. We call that the Aki, Earth. And this is, okay, this is fake, but there's a picture called Earthrise that NASA released and claimed that it was taken from right up here on the moon, probably from right where I'm standing. And they said it was a real photograph from the moon. I wonder if it looks very realistic. Or does it look like this? Don't know. Anyway. I like to get up high so I'm close to God. No. Get your money do. Taka we took a wishin. Minaway noon. Ando minaway noon gom. Please help me to speak well today. Get your money do. Watapanani we asema. Except my tobacco. Mikwach ka ishi kakina keku ka ishi chikea noon gum. Thank you for everything that you do today. Mikwach ka aki. Thank you for the earth. And mikwach ka Dybbuk Jesus. Thank you for the moon. Mikwach ka Jesus. Thank you for the sun. Mikwach ka ishi way back. Thank you for the weather. Mikwach ka gisha kuk. Thank you for this day. Mikwach ka ishi pamada siyan. Thank you for my life. Mikwach for the memories. Thank you for the path I've taken. The good times that give me so many good memories. And the bad times which give me something to compare what's going on here today and make me feel grateful it's not the bad times anymore. Miigwech for Gagigay Nin Gashgain the Moen. Gagigay Ni Gashgain the Moen. Thank you for healing my grief. I don't know if we ever really heal from grief. I guess we heal. It allows us to have a scar. Like in that song by the Crash, not the Crash Test Dummies, Goo Goo Dolls. Yeah, I got a scar I could talk about. But grief, somebody dies, or somebody breaks your heart, somebody abandons you. Grief is sadness because of loss. You lost something. I can't find my keys. Oh, I'm in grief. No. But when you lose something, it's like you get sick. I mean, it's not mental illness, but it can devastate, it can kill a person. You can die of a broken heart. Or it can just destroy your life and you'll never be happy again. Or you can heal from it. Sometimes you can just heal in time. Just like if you burned yourself and you paid no attention, and eventually your skin it'll heal. But for me, I want to say miigwech, gitchimanadu. Gage ni gashkenamoan. Thank you for healing my grief, because I feel like it wasn't just me. I feel like you helped kind of pull me through the fire of my own sadness, my own grief. Well, thanks for that. We took a wishin'. Ando Kikanu. I'm trying to piece together the sentence in a Ojibwe. Please help me to know how I should use my experience to help others. And if I'm supposed to help others. Sometimes I feel like I'm supposed to talk about sad stuff for some reason. It's weird. I mean, at the one hand, I feel like I'm really a goofy, silly goose. And I'm just, good for nothing but a cheap laugh. And on the other hand, I feel like I'm always feeling like I should talk about sad stuff, like dead pets and dead grandmas, and depression and anxiety, and the red road, and, the Holocaust and racism and transgenderism. I don't know what that's about, except I wonder, are you trying to inspire me to take the show in a certain direction? Here's my question. Should I continue to try to, not just me, but me and NANABOOZHOO, that other guy, what's his name? Michael. Should we continue to be teaching Ojibwe? Should we teach more of it? Should we make it more educational? Or should we be talking more about stuff that can help kids? Should we try to make this more kid-friendly? It's become kind of a grown-up show in a weird way. What should we do? I'm for the last number of months, really, I've just sort of been passively, and I think NANABOOZHOO and, what's his face? Michael, have been this way too, just kind of leaning back and letting it be kind of spontaneous and thinking that will be the inspired what you would want. So, inspire me and NANABOOZHOO and, doggone it, what's that guy's? Michael Lyons. I always forget his name, He's so good looking, but I can't remember that guy's name. Michael Lyons. Help inspire us and point us in the direction that we should be going. I kind of feel like the Ojibwe hook is kind of the common thing that connects all of us. But I also feel like, I don't know, like I got, in particular, a certain way where I could talk about stuff, that might be helpful and not so aggressive. I don't know. Anyway, miigwech bisan dawiyeg. Thank you for listening. Abenge. Amen. Let's put out some tobacco on the moon. So the other night, or the other afternoon, our buddy Chad came over to the house, so we were talking about the moon landing. And Chad's a really smart guy. But he's a very, he's not all crazy conspiracy theorist guy like we are. He's like a normal person. He's a normie. But, so I made some crack about faking the moon landing. And, it was kind of related. But it reminded me that he does believe the official story. And I go, come on. I don't know what the moon is, but if you just look at it, if nobody had told you it was a gray rock circling the Earth, you would assume it just what it looked like. You go, look at that. There's a disc in the sky that I can see during the day. It almost looks like I can see through it. It doesn't even necessarily look round or global, like spherical. Sometimes it just looks flat. I don't know what it is. It's like, no, you can see the craters. I used to have a great telescope. Yeah, I know. We've all seen the craters. There's definitely craters. But, it's much brighter than what this looks like. This looks like gray cat litter. And then you look at the moon from the Earth. It's lit up like a light bulb. That is 4,000 miles away, right? Must be a bright light bulb. No. That's the reflection of cat litter from the sun, which you can't see right now, but anyway. But then I had to explain to him. I was like, yeah, well, to the official story, the official NASA story, this is their story. I'm not saying anything that they don't say. They say in 1968, they sent 3 men to the moon and back, and it took 3 days. And there was no bathroom on the lunar lander or the rocket, the ship, whatever it was called, Apollo. Apollo 11 didn't have a bathroom. Or Apollo 12, or Apollo 13, or Apollo 14, or Apollo 15, or Apollo 16, or Apollo 17. None of them had bathrooms. In Wikipedia, you can look up the official NASA diaper that space astronauts wear. And so we're meant to believe, and nobody wants to talk about it, that 3 grown men in 6 years went to the moon and back. Pooping themselves in diapers. How much poop would there be for 3 men over 3 days? Like, how many pounds? Would they have to figure that in? Or is it just there's no weight? I mean, that's a scientific experiment. Does the weight change after 3 days in a tiny capsule with no toilet? Or does the food you eat just turn into poop and then it weighs the same? I don't know. But these are scientific questions. I don't know. I better go back. It's a long ways home. This is going to take a while.
Okay, hey, BOOZHOO.
Hi, sweetie. Can I come home?
You ready to come home?
Yeah. I miss the earth so much. I miss my wife.
Your wife?
Well, I miss you. I was quoting Elton John.
Oh, right.
A rocket man! I can't do it.
Yeah, I'll pick you up.
Okay.
Hang on, I'm going to lock in on your coordinates.
All right.
1 to teleport.
Make it so, number 1.
All right, don't move.
Okay. Whew. Wow, that was a long teleportation.
Yeah, it was. How's the moon this morning?
Not too bad. Not too cold. Not too hot. I like it that some people think I don't believe in the moon.
Yeah.
I don't believe in the official story of what the moon is. I don't know what it is. I don't think they flew out there in the 60s and pooped themselves. I don't believe that story. But I can look at the sky and see the moon. I mean, the moon's there. I just don't know what it is. And the sun, too. I mean, I know as much as anybody does. The sun is that bright light in the sky. I know exactly as much about the moon and the sun as anybody does. But I suspect that the people who pretend to know more about the sun and the moon are lying. They're not being very honest. They're not being very... Whoops. Guayacua Dynasty. I think Dynasty was a Australian album by Kiss.
Get out of here.
Guayacua Dizzy Win. Honesty. Symbolized by Sabe. Sasquatch. Bigfoot. Honesty. And, so I believe in the sun, but I don't know what it is. I don't think it's a burning ball of fire 93 million miles away. I don't believe anybody knows how far. Well, they might know, but I don't believe it's what they say. Nobody's measured it. What else we got here? Oh, and then Makwa, the bear, symbolizing Aquade, Awin, Aquade, Awin. When you see that little apostrophe, that's like a dash in the word uh-oh, Aquade. Awin. Aquade. Awin. Courage. And this all happened on Abatu, Sabatu, Sabatu, say, I got to say, Abatu, say, hey, Wednesday. And these have been your Chipway phrases of the day. If you'd like to support the show, or Michael Lyons, the Rockstar cartoon. I was pretending I forgot your name.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
You can order a Ojibwe language books by Michael Lyons at Amazon.com. Books like an English Ojibwe coloring book, or what do I do with dog in my Incan? Oh, here's another one. Last word on space and honesty. See this, kids? Grown-ups already know about this, but this might blow your mind. You might be going, hey, how come there's a great big old record in the sky? It's like, no, that's a star trail. In the center is the North Star. Giwaden Unknown. And the North Star never moves. But if you slow down the exposure rate on a camera, you'll see that all the other stars spin around the North Star. They're called star trails. And this is how you know that the stars move around us. We're not spinning around. Number one, we're not spinning at all. But we're also not moving around the outer space. But they call you crazy if you say that out loud, so I just wanted to say it out loud. Get it out of the way. I want people to know I'm crazy. Otherwise, support this show on Patreon, PayPal, GoFundMe, and we got t-shirts and mugs for sale and posters on Teespring. Check the links in the description. What else?
Tell him I said thanks.
NanaBOOZHOO says, big watch. You too, buddy?
Yep, thanks a lot, you guys. We'll see you tomorrow.
I am Natasha. This is NanaBOOZHOO.
Okay, miigwech.
This is Michael Lyons.
Thanks so much.
And I will see you again. Miigwech Bizendawi egg. Thank you for listening. And I will see you again. Gigawapamin. Minawa. Sweetie.
One to teleport.
Make it so, number one. See you tomorrow.
One night to be confused, one night to speed up truth. We had a promise made, 4 hands and then away. Both under influence, we had divine scent to know what to say. Mind is a razor blade. I call for hands from above to lean on. Nusinawakwi, a beyond. One night of magic rush, the start a simple touch. One night to push and scream, and then relief. 10 days of perfect tunes, the colors red and blue. We had a promise made. We were in love. I call for hands from above to lean on. Nusinawakwi, a beyond. I call for hands from above to lean on. Nusinawakwi, way beyond. You knew the hand of the devil, and you kept us awake with wolves' teeth, sharing different heartbeats in one night. I call for hands from above to lean on, noose in a walkwing, way beyond. I call for hands from above to lean on, noose in a walkwing, way beyond.
Noose in a walkwing, way beyond. Our Father, who art in heaven,